Let's address the age-old and commonly asked question pertaining to the Torah. Why would anyone want to go back under the bondage of the law? Are you trying to get saved by keeping all of the commands? Hi, this is Barry Phillips of 10-Minute Torah, day number 5, the final day of the Yochanan, and I pleaded. And we're going now into the book of Deuteronomy, chapter number 5. Woohoo, we made it that far. Verse 1 says, And Moshe called all Israel and said to them, Hear, O Israel, the laws and right rulings which I speak in your hearing today, and you shall learn them and guard to do them. Yahweh our Elohim made a covenant with us in Horeb, that is at Mount Sinai. Yahweh did not make this covenant with our fathers, but with us, those who are here today, all of us who are alive. Notice verse 4 says, Yahweh spoke with you face to face, panim al panim, on the mountain from the midst of the fire, and I stood between Yahweh and you at that time to declare to you the word of Yahweh. For you were afraid because of the fire, and you did not go up to the mountain, saying, I am Yahweh your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. Now, he begins then to relate to us the 10 words, again, for the second time. A few interesting things we want to cover here today. Number 1 is in verse 1, in the reading of the Hebrew here, when it says pertaining to the laws, the hachukim, the chuchat, those laws that are beyond rationale, they are just simply his commands, and we're to do them whether we understand them or not. And then as we look at the word translated here, right rulings, hamishpatim, the judgments or the decrees, in front of each one of those in the Hebrew text is the direct object indicator, the aleph tav, the et. And again, as we've discussed this previously, the aleph tav is oftentimes used not only in its grammatical function as a direct object indicator, but also as a prophetic insight that it is what's being stated is pertaining to our Messiah. Now, what that would say to us then in the reading of this text, if I can read this in Hebrew, I'll try. Vayikra Moshe el kol Israel vayamar Elohim et Shema Israel et hachukim va'et and aleph tav hamishpatim. That is that Moshe called to all of Israel and said, Shema Israel, listen, pay attention, and demonstrate that you have heard by doing what you have said you have heard, that through the aleph tav, through Messiah Yeshua, we declare to you the chukim, the decrees, the chukat. It's a hard word to translate. These are things that you must do whether you understand them or not. And we declare to you through the aleph tav, through the Messiah, we believe Yeshua, through him we declare to you his judgments, those right actions that you are to undertake. What this is saying to us with all of that wordiness there, what this is saying to us is that Yeshua is the agency that Moshe has received the Torah through. Yah's word, the living word, is none other as John or Yochanan chapter 1 verse 1 says, Yeshua. In the beginning was the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. Yeshua is the physical embodiment of the living word of Yah. His word is alive, it's well, it's sharper than any two-edged sword, and it will accomplish whatever task or to whoever it is sent. That word is Yeshua. So through the agency of the spoken living word, Yeshua, Moshe has received the chukim, or I think the better word there is, chukim, and then hamishpatim. So What we're trying to say again is that we are not allowed to separate the Torah from Messiah. And that's been done on both sides. In Christianity, we want to keep the Word. We want to hear what the Word has to say, but we don't want any of those decrees. In Judaism, well, we believe in Messiah, and we understand there is a Messiah, but the Torah is first and foremost. The Messiah is only the Messiah because, well, it's what the Torah says. Both sides are right. Yeshua is the son of Elohim. Yeshua is the Torah. Both. He's not one or the other, and we are in error to try to say, well, he's done away with one side or the other. No, he hasn't. And then we're called to be shomer. The word shomer here means to guard, to put on one's armor, to draw the sword, to be battle ready, to protect the integrity of the word from being diluted or changed. And so as we look at this, Yah says that he has made a covenant with us and that we are to keep this covenant. Now, if we go over in the scriptures to the book of Yochanan and we look at chapter 5, verse 46 and 47, Yeshua said, "For if you believed Moshe, you would have believed me, since he wrote about me. But if you do not believe his writings," that is the Torah, "how shall you believe my words?" Yet Yeshua is equating his words with the words of Moshe. If we go over to the book of Romans, and Romans chapter number 2, verse 13 through 16. "For not the hearers of the Torah are righteous in the sight of Elohim." Check out this next line here. "But the doers of the Torah shall be declared right. For when nations who do not have the Torah by nature do what is in the Torah, although not having a Torah, they are a Torah to themselves, who show the work of the Torah written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and between themselves their thoughts accusing, even excusing, in the day when Elohim shall judge the secrets of men through Yeshua Messiah, according to my good news." The Torah declares us right. That is, that we're walking in obedience to the word. Salvation is not saying, hey, Father, I'm sorry, amen. It's not even inviting Yeshua to come and, quote unquote, live in your heart. Yeshua living in your heart and yet you're walking in disobedience doesn't mean anything is taking place. Well, that's a little hard, but that's the truth. Our salvation, the fruits of our redemption, of our salvation, is the actions of obedience to his word. Living according to the leading of the Ruach HaKodesh, who is going to lead us to the word. In the book of Galatians chapter 3, verse 7 says, "Know then that those who are of belief," and belief is not just a mental conclusion, but belief is that which you demonstrate and know to be true by your actions, "those who are of belief are sons of Abraham." That means that they are recipients of the Torah. Now, I want to go back to our previous text in the book of Devarim in chapter 5, and there's an important part here. It says that Moshe, he said, "I stood between you, Yahweh, and you at that time," even though he has just said Yahweh and you were standing face to face. Israel and Yah were standing face to face, but in between was Moshe. It could be that our role for the days ahead is to stand between Yah and those who need to hear and see him, and be a proper interpreter and revelation and giver of understanding as to what it is that he is saying and revealing to us. What a role. Excuse me. So Shabbat Shalom. May the favor of Yah rest on you. May the joy of Yah fill your house and your soul. If you are meeting with those that are around you, may you have sweet fellowship in the presence of the King. If you're by yourself, may the King himself fill your house with his presence and his great delight. Until next week, Shabbat Shalom.